Alright, again, I'm making a quick video. It's easier for me to go live real quick. Heading down the I-15, and it's starting to rain here in the Inland Empire. Curious Kansan was taken into custody during an audit, and it looked like, and this isn't monetized anyway. Well, it might be, I don't know. We'll demonetize it here in 1 second. It looked like a bunch of bullshit. I'm driving, guys. I'm kind of seeing who's popping in here, but I just caution and patience. I've heard Felipe Hemming say this on more than one occasion. And I know it's very, very hard to resist immediate action against these tyrants. However, just like earlier in the case of Bunny Boots Incorporated, because it was a live stream, because the phone numbers were being passed in through the chat before he was even put in the back of the patrol car, and the phone calls erupted. That can hinder legal help. When Felipe Hemming is trying to call, and as he put it, he's got a 90% so rate of capturing these guys immediately and talking them out of the arrest. As he put it, you're not going to be able to talk them out of the arrest. You can't stand there and argue with them. You gotta shut the fuck up. Don't resist. Take the cuffs and get into the patrol car and hope somebody alerts him immediately as this is happening, and he's the one who can call in and he can get the cuffs off. I don't know if Curious Kansan, and I'm subscribed to him, and in my haste I don't remember the name of the person that he was with, Jay Payne, that captured the whole arrest. And this has been the issue with the live stream. We used to have Bamboozer. Bamboozer had a limited amount of people that would even follow you. I only had a few followers on my Bamboozer. So if something happened, that Bamboozer feed would go to the appropriate people to make the appropriate phone calls. Yeah, Jay Payne. So when we call out these tyrant alerts, at least let me give the history. When these tyrant alerts would go out in the past, more than likely it would have been an afterthought. It would have been a situation where something happened, where somebody got hemmed up, a certain level of video was released to show you what happened. A tyrant alert would go out. The phone numbers would be provided to you to call and air your grievance on what your opinion of the situation was. So now we're at a point, the way things are going, people are seeing this as it happens, live streaming, and the phone calls are starting immediately. And then the problem is folks like Felipe Hemming and his teams can't call in and intervene. It makes it very, very hard for them to do that. If you caught Felipe Hemming's live stream last night, he mentioned this very scenario, and I know he has mentioned it several times in the past. that we need to be cautious and patient. And even in the respect of the incidents, with the live streams, a lot of these incidents get plastered all over the internet, and that can be a good or bad thing. I know a lot of people are asking for certain video of certain incidents, but they're being held for evidence. They're being preserved for evidence. The problem being, if these things are put out there, law enforcement can change their lies. When they fill out a report and they don't know exactly what was captured on video, they could screw themselves up. They could contradict what happened and the actual event that happened. But if they have access to a video that they don't have, then they can change their lies. Obviously, now I was listening mostly. I was getting ready this morning. I need to really look at this video and see exactly what happened. But to me, again, and everybody out there, I'm sure, shares this opinion. Curious Kansan was being Curious Kansan, which he is outrageously funny. The way he handles himself, he's a, I don't know how to put it. He's everybody's grandfather. He's everybody's grumpy grandfather. I'm a grumpy grandfather. That's my name. Grumpy Grampy. And took a. He was talking to another officer. Another officer was sitting there with his engine running. They tried to ID him because he was impeding traffic. And then when he kind of shrugged him off and said, "That's fine, I'm not going to give you my ID," and he moved out of the way, then they okay, there we go. I was passing between cell towers. Everybody got me now? Just give me a yes. Anybody? All right, great. I think where I got cut off is again, we all agree the cops played off of something, him impeding, and then it turned into something ugly to a 74-year-old man. Ridiculous. They need to be held accountable, but there's a time and place when we need to do that. Sometimes we need to hold back a little bit. We need to hold back a little bit before we start hammering them. Allow people like Felipe Hemming and Krista Hemming to do the magic that they do, and maybe we can stem off a lot of grief, maybe even get them released. Okay, that was my only point. I've been watching this all week, and I've just been hearing Felipe Hemming's words in the back of my head. Let me do my job. Let me do my job. I can't do my job if he sees that I need to get through to, or he gets the runaround like we do. He starts calling in and starts asking questions, and all they say is, "We have a PIO involved. Here's the phone number. Have a nice day." Or they don't answer the goddamn phones. And we know about that at Williamsport. They weren't goddamn answering the phone for a week. They would not answer their phones. That's why I started calling City Hall and started bothering them. So that was my rant this morning, guys. I'm pissed off as much as everybody else is. Now I'll tell you something. I called last night about Bunny Boots, and before I even made my phone call, I was making some phone calls. Is it time yet? Is it time yet to make that call? And whether or not I was talking with the right person or not, they said yes, hammer them. Okay, so that's when I made the call. Ever since day one, when I started watching these things and I saw these tyrant alerts and I saw these phone numbers, and I realized a lot of these tyrant alerts out there were months old and cold and irrelevant at that point. Yes, we need to strike when the iron is hot, but we need to make sure that it's hot enough to strike. If you've ever done blacksmith work, you know what I'm talking about. All right, guys. I wish I could go back and do what I normally do and say hello to everybody, but I am live drive, and I appreciate everybody for coming in. If you're coming in just now, please go back, review what I had to say, give me a like or a dislike, give me a comment, tell me if I'm right or wrong. It's my opinion. We need to hold these people accountable, but we need to know when to do it. Appreciate y'all. I got all my camera gear with me, sitting right here next to me. I'm going to be down in the South Bay area and see if I might have some opportunity. So you guys take care, stay safe. We've had too many people getting caught up this week again. It's been a bad beginning of our month of March. The best thing to do is to go out there and express our rights, whether you are filming a building or filming the police, but be careful, all right? Now, Curious Kansas is new out there. He's old, and I think we all are already in love with him. Bunny Boots Incorporated is a veteran, and he still got caught up. So, guys, take care.